Well, I'm joined now by the chair of the Future of Aviation Group and Conservative MP Henry Smith. Thanks very much for being with us. I mean, do you accept that the country's physical health has to come before the economic health of one sector of the economy?
Well, absolutely. The physical health of this country is paramount. And therefore, if quarantine was to be introduced, it probably should have been introduced at the beginning of the restriction periods and now being lifted as a lot of those lockdown measures are being eased. Unfortunately, I think a quarantine period now does very little for improving public health in this country, but actually prolongs the economic pain for aviation. And you say it's one sector of the economy, but it has an impact throughout the economy. We are an island global trading nation, and aviation and travel are key to our success historically and into the future.
But the scientists say that now we have the infection rate down to lower levels. Infected people coming in to the country from abroad can cause a serious problem and a rise in the infection rate. So the scientists are arguing it's actually more important now than it was earlier in March.
Well, I think there's a divided opinion amongst scientists as to the value of quarantine. Really, as I said, if we were to have it, it should have been in place at the early stage when actually there was pretty much free travel into the country. Now that rates have declined, fortunately, dramatically around the world, I think now is the wrong time and actually isn't good for the health of our economy to be introducing this at this time. So ideas such as air bridges, so countries that have been through similar COVID experiences, having an air bridge between them are other ways and other mitigating measures such as include increased cleaning and hygiene are perhaps much more effective than quarantine that may be a bit of a security blanket, but actually doesn't provide the protection that we need, but does harm to our economy.
I mean, I think the point they were making, the scientists were saying that so many people had it in this country that people coming in from abroad wouldn't make much difference to the R rate, but now they would make difference to the R rate. I mean, if it goes up significantly, we could be back, to a sort of widespread lockdown, and that would be a disaster, wouldn't it?
Well, obviously, we don't want to see a second spike in coronavirus, but I think we need to look at other parts of the world where they were early on in the infection rate and their easing of lockdown measures and how that has gone. And it suggests that there isn't a second spike, but that's not to be complacent about this. But if we don't get our economy moving as soon as is practically possible, then actually the damage to our broader health and wealth as a nation is far greater. And as I say, aviation is a key part to us as an island economy.
Yeah, absolutely. Is there a way